All right, guys, on my last video, you had a bunch of questions on how I counted the diamonds to get to my position in order to kick that ball in, okay? Here's a recap of what I did. So all I'm gonna do is go 3.5. That's half of my number. Half of 7 is 3.5. I'm counting that on the opposite side. And guess what? You just shoot right there and you scratch. That is your scratch line. All right, now that you watched that, I'm gonna show you guys how to count the diamonds properly. We had a bunch of questions about it up here. So this is how I did it. This is our 0. This is the pocket we want to get to, right? So we're counting this pocket as 0, and we're going to count the diamonds all the way until we get near the cue ball. So we'll start at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's where some of you guys got tripped up. Even though the cue ball is in front of the 4 line, it does not mean it's on the 4-2 path. We'll get to that in a second. Do not freak out. We're at 4 right now. The only reason we're stopping at 4 is because we're in the area of the cue ball, okay? So now we're at 4. We're gonna find our scratch line from 4. Why 4? Because we're stopping near the cue ball. It's a process that you will get to, and I promise you, you'll be able to do it in seconds, okay? So this is how we do it. We're at 4 right now. So now we're just gonna go across here and find half of 4. What's half of 4? 2. This is still our 0. This is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down. So since we're at 4, to find our scratch line, we're just going to divide that by 2, which is right here. Because this is our 0, 1, 2. So if we put from 4 to 2, as you can see, that is our scratch line to our pocket, okay? Our cue ball is not under our cue. So this is what we're going to do. We can do it one of two ways. One of two ways. Here's one. We can pick it up and shift over, and this is our new line to our corner pocket. But here's why I do not like the shift over technique right here. Check this out. Picking it up, I'm shifting it over. These are pre-marked so you guys can see where exactly I'm hitting. I'm gonna hit right here. This is why I'm not really a fan of the shift over. I'm gonna aim right at that spot, hit it, and we came up really, really short, selling out the game. The reason why I do not like the shift over technique, not because it doesn't work, it works. It's because of human error, okay? It's so easy to pick up your cue and shift over and hit right here. This is the wrong spot, okay? Why? Because right now when I pick it up, my hand's a little bit shaky. I'm doing it with one hand, and the end of my tip, AKA the barrel, AKA the shaft, is turning. That was an exaggeration, but it's turning a lot and not in with the butt of the cue. So they're not parallel. It's actually shifting a little bit like this, and I'm coming over, and that's why I'm hitting at the wrong spot. So this is what I prefer instead. Instead of coming to 4, I'm gonna go to 5. This is my 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what do we learn? To find our scratch line, we're just gonna go over to the other side, half of this number. That's our 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're still in the area of the cue ball, and we're gonna go over half on this side. This is our 0, 1, 2, and a half, which is right here, because this would be our 3, this is our 2. So we're gonna go right here. If I put that down, my cue down, don't leave your cue down on the table during the match, that'll be a foul. So if I leave it right here, we can see that our cue ball is not under the cue. So I'm gonna pick it up and shift this way instead, because it's closer. And look at this. A lot easier to do it, but we have a completely different mark on the other end. We go from here to here. Let's see how this works. And I'm using just top, as you can see, just a little bit above center. Hit that mark, and we made the ball. Don't scratch. So as you can see, both techniques will work, and I'm just gonna I'll grab the 8-ball for you guys. Both techniques will work. The only problem is you will come into human error every once in a while. You will come into human error every once in a while. So it's very important that you have a steady hand if you're going to come over to the left side, okay? So let's try it again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm gonna go over 1, 2. This is our scratch line. Our cue ball is not under the cue. So we're just gonna pick it up. Now I'm gonna be a little bit more steady. Now watch this. If I'm really, really careful, let's see if I can keep my cue steady straight. Look at this. Boom. Now I'm actually in line on that spot. Hitting at it. It's going straight over, making the ball. Oh my, don't worry about that, guys. Don't worry about the scratches. This is all real. My point is, it goes towards the pocket every single time. So let's move the balls on here, because I know a few people are gonna be like, oh, well, does it work long distance? It does work long distance. So now we move the balls down here. Same thing. We have our 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why do we go to 7 and not 6? Because we're still in the area, okay? We're still in the area of the cue ball. Just because the cue ball is in front of the number 6 does not mean that's on the scratch line, okay? It just means it's in front of 6. So we're just gonna go to 7. We're gonna get ahead of it, okay? What's half of 7? 3.5. So this is still our 0, just like this is our 0. 3.5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our 3.5 would be right around this point right here. So if I go 3.5 to our 7, as you can see, our cue ball is not under our line. So we're just gonna pick up and shift over a little bit. We're gonna shimmy over right here at this point. Do not mark the table, that will be a foul, but for these purposes, I'll do this. All right, and we wanna hit right there at that spot. And we're not using any particular English here. Hitting that spot. We came up off the rail, okay? So that one came a little bit wide, but the principle still stands. Because if I change speed on that, watch what happens. I'm still gonna go from 7 to 3.5. And we'll put a ball over here. We'll just put the one ball for right now. It's our 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3.5, which will be right here. 7 to 3.5. We're gonna pick up our cue, shift it over. That's our spot. Now watch when I change the speed. See how that goes right towards the ball and hits it? All right, so that is how you count the diamonds, everybody. I hope you learned something. I apologize that I did not explain it in depth on the last video, but try it out for yourselves. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm Dupree, aka the Tryhard. You guys keep trying hard, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.